I had literally no idea Ableton could do this. So in my last video, I showed you how to make your own feedback loop inside an Ableton effects rack. Literally while filming that video, I figured out how to do something that I always thought was impossible. So the basic feedback loop setup looks like this, right? Now, normally when we do this, the shortest delay time that we can get is equal to our buffer size. But this one has a delay time of only one sample, and I can prove it by playing a saw wave through it and increasing this feedback gain. You can see the frequency response changes as I increase the gain. Why is this such a big deal? Because a one sample feedback loop is the fundamental building block for almost every filter you've ever used. So here's how to do it. All right, start by inserting a gate. Make sure the look ahead is set to 0. Then group it. Drag the gate before the group. Group the gate again. Open up the chains and create a second one so that the dry signal can pass through. On the gate, set the sidechain source to the channel that you're working in, and find that chain in the second group. That's the one after the gate. Now, before we enable listen and deafen ourselves, we actually need some way to reduce the gain inside the feedback loop as a percentage instead of a decibel value. This time, I'm actually going to use an echo instead of the utility, not because I want to delay anything, but because it has an output gain that goes to negative infinity and a dry wet knob. So if we just keep this at the very bottom, the dry wet knob can just reduce gain as a percentage. So with that out of the way, we can drag this right after the gate. So now we're caught up basically, but I want to do one more thing. Watch what we can do when we map the dry wet to macro 1, copy the echo into the dry chain, then change the mappings so that the two oppose each other from 0 to 100. Now I can enable listen and show you what the macro does now. I promise this is just the tip of the iceberg. So long as the only things that you're putting inside that feedback loop follow these rules, you can now use this rack to make any kind of filter you can think of. For example, here's a 24 decibel ladder filter that I made using this method. But if you want to learn more about how to do this, or you want to download this project file, you should go check out the long form video I just posted over here. Just comment link and you'll get the video sent to your DMs. Thanks for watching and enjoy.